By the way, Sampriti, do you know? Just a second. Gordon has lost us.
What were you asking?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask. Do you know? Is there a way like to when you have git reflog and you have a lot of hashes for different commits, right? Do you
Yeah.
know is there a way like to get that commit number, commit hash?
You can just use like head at the rate and that number. If,
Oh, really?
yeah.
I realized head at, right? Head at, so head at 24.
No, as it says there, like in brackets, like beside that commit number, like head at the rate and then curly braces
Ah,
24.
so exactly like it is there, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that work?
No,
Okay, then put that around quotes.
the whole head?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Okay, this is cool.
Yeah, this is like because of
Hey,
some
Yaro.
newer versions. I think this might be because like an older version of Git or this might be a version difference because I've seen like in some version of Git, some versions of Git you don't require the quotes, and then in some versions of Git you require the quotes. So I'm not sure why.
All right. Okay. Goran, you made it.
Yeah, sorry about the confusion. I'm still kind of new, so I wasn't sure where to look for the Hangout link.
Are you subscribed to the pairing channel?
Uh, not anymore. It was too spammy.
Really?
Yeah.
Not nowadays. You can subscribe back to it then.
Okay.
The pairing notifications, yeah?
Pair notifications. Okay, joining.
Right. Actually, I have found a story to work on, so we can work on it together.
Great.
You know how you can go to the events page, you can create a hangout from the events page.
Uh-huh.
We want to have exactly the same for the projects page. So when you go, for example, to the website, when you go to projects website one, there would be a hangout button. So when you click on it, you set up a hangout for website one pairing session, and the Slack gets notified automatically.
Okay.
I have
Can we
started to work on this story a couple of weeks ago, but then I decided to hold it back because we had a lot of pull requests sort of waiting in the queue, and now I want to come back to it.
All right.
So the
Can you
first thing I'm
send
going
me the? Can you do teammate session?
sure. Are you using Teammate?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I'll do a Teammate session.
You can host and send me the SSH link. I'll connect to you.
Yeah, let's do that. Let me just okay. Let me just think how to go about this because I would like to use my Tmax as Teammate.
Your tmux config, you mean?
You can actually when you start Teammate, you can actually use the your own config for Tmax.
I think it does that automatically. It uses your tmux config file.
Yeah, although I need to so the correct call is in Vim and stuff.
Right.
Okay, that's it, done. There you go.
Thank you. Be right there. Okay.
Excellent.
Oh.
I'm just setting up the environment in teammate. I should write a script for this at some point. Okay, ready to go. So, what do I have? I have a branch here,
Mm-hmm.
which I worked on. Now, so first thing, paste it to squash anything out or anything, so there are quite a few commits around here. So what I want to do is I want to rebase onto the latest develop. Yes,
Sure.
so let's do. Okay, first conflict. Um, right, okay. We need get rebase continue. Okay. Now, okay, so no conflicts here. Um, did you use normally?
Sorry, I didn't hear. Like every time you type, Hangout
So,
mutes you.
what environment do you use for programming?
I use Vim.
All right, okay, so
And,
you're familiar with all this.
mm-hmm.
That's good. Right, so what's this?
Do any of you know how to copy, like, I mean, how do I copy the current character in Vim?
The current title.
Current character?
The current character.
Yeah.
You mean how to copy the current character, one character?
Yeah.
It's usually quicker to just type the character.
I guess.
Okay. Like, yeah, I mean, like, for selecting a word you have W, for selecting till end of the line you have dollar and all that. So I just wanted to know, like, what was the selector for the current character?
I don't think there is one.
Well, it is L. It is L for letter, and I guess you could press. Well, I think easier if you press V to go to Visual Select and then press L. You could do V
Yeah.
L Y, Visual Select one letter and then copy it. I guess that's
I can just do like I think YL.
YL. I don't know. Let's try.
Yeah,
But
YL will work.
Yeah, it
that will
does.
give you that will
Okay.
take like three keystrokes when you could just go and type one keystroke and retype the character that you
Yeah,
wanted.
yeah, that's true. Now, there is some strange things happening here. Thing is, I was trying to rebase this branch a couple of hours ago. So I was getting some conflicts. I was resolving the conflict. I was moving forward, and then at some point I decided, all right, okay, I don't like this. I want to start from scratch. So I did rebase a board, and then started to rebase again. But the thing is, now when I go into the files which are marked as conflict, as they have conflicts, they're already edited, like I have edited them before.
Okay.
And this is kind of weird because, I went back. Why are they? I'm not sure what's happening here.
Are you sure you did like a git rebase abort? I mean, the rebase aborted properly.
I think so, yes.
Like
Can
the
you do
rebase could have just finished, maybe.
I don't
can you
know.
do a
Well,
git status and a git branch and so on and see if you're not detached or if there's uncommitted stuff?
I didn't find that. Well, now I'm detached because I'm pasting, but well, it's not a big deal. I was just kind of weird. I think, yeah, the abort didn't finish properly. Yeah, for some reason it has these changes. Okay, never mind. Should be fine. It's just never gonna finish. Yes, I finally finished. Amazing. Okay. Um, Now, we've done some tests. Right. So what's going on here? Right. I'm just thinking how how to start explaining you about what's happening.
So you have some failing tests?
Yeah, the thing is, so basically there was a logic for creating a Hangout at the events page. And and for creating a Hangout for the projects page, logic is a little bit different. And the reason for that is what happens at the events page. We have an event, and we press the Hangout button, and that's how the Hangout, which is associated to this event. So when the Hangout reports back to the website one, a record is created in the Hangouts table, which is associated to an event.
Okay.
Now, when we are starting a pairing session, a Hangout from the projects page, we don't actually have an event to associate with. So, I changed the logic slightly. I will show you what I've changed. But that's why the spec for the events page is now failing, because here we're passing before we were passing an ID, and now we should be passing an event ID in those cases when there is an event, a user, and the project. So from the projects page we would pass the project variable, and from the events page we pass the event variable.
Okay.
There could be a way of refactoring this, I guess, but I mean, just for now, I think could be okay.
Already, I wonder why you're passing in the current user like that.
Oh, that's the reason for that is because I will show it to you in a second. Thing is, I want to save a Hangout record in the table, and I want to save it with a unique ID.
Right.
And now to generate that unique ID, I'm using a method which is generate Hangout ID, and that method is using 3 variables to construct a unique ID, and that is using a timestamp, using the current user, and using the project.
Yeah, but current user is accessible everywhere, so I don't think you need to pass it around like that. That's what I was saying.
Well, I mean, current user is a helper method from somebody, I guess from device, maybe.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm passing this into a partial.
The partial sometimes uses a different user other than current user.
No. I mean, it is always the current user, and it probably works everywhere. But the thing is about the partials, I always want the partial to be, to explicitly see what variables being passed in. So I don't rely for any variables to be already there, because you never know when you'll be using this partial.
I see. All right, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, at the moment it is being used only in 2 places where the current user exists. But again, I mean, it's easy to refactor, easy to take it out. Okay, so the tests are passing here. They're not passing for. The tests are failing for visitors index. I wonder what that is. Let's have a look.
Sure.
So line 77. I don't have line 77 here. What?
That's line 77 of index HTML ERB spec.
Which is this one?
I think your line numbers are.
Yeah, probably. Let's just run this spec. See what happens.
Oh, you have up to line 73. Oh, your line numbering was confusing. You have offset from the. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. This is actually the wrong spec. Not for visitors, but for events. This is the one which is fixed.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. So it fails. Ah, right. This is the weird stuff which I was getting after which I decided um, to start rebasing again. So I'm getting this weird failure on this line, on line 62. It is saying that undefined method each for Hangout A. So all I'm doing here is just creating a Hangout and attaching it to the, to the associated field. And this is a really weird error.
Hangout new, Hangout your.
Can you check like is the relationship like event has one hangout or hangout has one event?
The event has many Hangouts.
Has many hangouts?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the reason because I mean, say if you like event has many hangouts, then you can't like just assign one hangout to an event. You have to like assign an array, like event.hangouts equals to, and then an array of hangouts.
Right.
That makes sense. But the thing is, event Hangout already has Hangouts there, right? I want to add. Oh, right. So I see. So I add like this.
Yeah, and you have to pluralize event Hangout to Hangouts.
Like dot hangouts, yeah. Because it has many, so. And then that backtrace is confusing as well.
Which one?
Never mind, nothing like the undefined method hangouts. Yeah. So like open up the event model once. Like let's open up the events model.
Okay, this is okay. The Hangouts actually doesn't exist for some reason. The events model.
Yeah, just open the events model, please.
Oh, there. Okay. Oh, it has many Hangouts.
That's just wrong. Yeah, that either that should be has one or it should be pluralized here.
Yeah, that should be pluralized, like has many hangouts instead of hangout.
Are you sure an event is supposed to have many hangouts? So it seems like it should only have one.
Well, a recurring event has many hangouts which happened in the past.
Okay, so yeah. So if I want the current hangout, does it like look up the latest one, or how do you tell?
Exactly, yeah. There's a method. There's a method which is last hangout or latest hangout or something. Which is the last
perfect. That's fine then.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so now you can just go back to the test and use Hangouts instead of Hangout. That should be like in the before each. Just change that to Hangouts and then append, and then run the test.
Okay, then there are going to be a few errors around the place because I'm using Hangout, not Hangouts. So that's the first place.
Maybe search through your project for event.hangout and change.
That is a good idea. Not so many places. Okay, not too bad.
See, like that line there we had expect event hangouts to receive live. That looks like it's trying to talk to a particular hangout. So that maybe should be like latest hangout or something like that instead of the hangouts collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I'm just thinking it. Yeah, that's a good point. I wonder. Let's have a look. So this is happening. Index page, right? So this is somewhere here, I think. Plans. All right, let's do this again. So what am I doing here? Link to event name, event hangouts URL. Ah, I see. So here I should be using.
You should be using like latest Hangout or something here.
I think I had a method for that somewhere.
Right.
Live started, update hangout. Ah, right, it should be for events on the event. Let's see. Last hangout.
Last Hangout.
Ah, by the way, guys, is this a is there a nicer way of getting the latest like by the date?
Yeah, that's also kind of
I
wrong
think it's
too, because self Hangout's not gonna work. I can't I can't I can't see the cursor, so I can't really edit anything here. But
That's strange. Why not?
sorry, what's that?
You can't see the cursor.
Yeah, I can't see. I can see the row cursor, but not the character, the character that I'm on.
All right, that's
Git. Yeah. I can see it on the screen share, but not in Teammates. That's kind of weird.
good. Yeah. But anyway, self hangout. Self is the model itself.
I would I probably set a default scope on the Hangout model and have it always sorted
yeah.
like that, and then over here just self that just Hangouts that
Last.
last or first, depending on which way you sort it.
Yeah. So just set up a.
Can you try right-clicking on your terminal and choosing a different cursor?
Yeah, let me try. Choosing a different what? Cursor?
Yeah, usually in the terminal, you can choose like an underline, a bar, a square.
Yeah, let me try. I usually work on themes that use a dark background, so maybe that's why.
Let's try. I don't know.
Colors.
Are you going to see the dark background?
Okay, let me try move around and see if I see the cursor now. Hang on. Yeah, no, still can't see it. Hang on.
Because I can see you moving around.
Yeah, I can see it on the screen share, just not. Let me try turn off smart cursor color. All right. No.
No?
I'm using iTerm. Anyone else have any idea where in iTerm I can change it? Cursor color.
No idea to be honest. I know that you can like choose all kinds of different cursors there. Ah, wait a second. Let me grab my Mac. I think I know. What's going on?
Still nothing.
All right.
Nope.
I think I saw it somewhere. But yeah. Let's do this.
Hello.
You tried the smart cursor color?
Yeah, I turned off the smart cursor color. I had it on before, but it didn't make any difference on or off.
Right.
I wonder if we can temporarily adjust the cursor color in Vim. As I think I see everything else. Okay. Colors.
By the way, how about trying to change the character encoding for the terminal emulation? Like instead of yeah, what do you have in terminal emulation? Which term? Like screen 256 or something else?
Let me check. Xterm 256 color.
All right, change to screen dash 256 color.
Screen dash 256 color. Okay. SCREEN.
SCR, yeah, double EN, yeah.
Okay, let's try that. I don't really notice any difference. I don't know if I have to disconnect and reconnect for it to take effect or something, but
Actually, the best thing is if you. Wait, you just done SSH into it, so. Right, I think the best thing to try is to disconnect and then set the term variable manually. Just do export term equals screen dash 256 color, and after that do the SSH.
Or you can just do like term equals screen 256 color and then SSH. So your terminal doesn't get changed.
Yeah, I got it.
okay, let's see. Edit section. Screen increase the 6 colors. And let me also change my preset to like a light background. And let me try to reconnect to you.
Any luck?
Yeah, I can see the cursor now. I lost
Cool.
all my other syntax highlighting, but I can actually work better like this. I need the cursor more than the syntax highlighting. So let's go back to this.
Right, the self hangout was here originally, so I checked if there are any hangouts associated to this particular event.
So I think if you do a default scope on the Hangout, you'll be able to just do here like that. Right.
What happens if there are no hangouts? Can you tell me?
I think it will just return nil, right? Let me go to the Hangouts and check a sec. Would you use your like Command P to how do I go to the Hangout RB?
Comma T.
Comma T. All right. Do comma T.
That was intense.
And then I would do something like scope or default scope. Sorry. Really, what's the syntax for this again? It's like
For what?
for scopes.
I think it's like default scope and then pass in a lambda. A stabby lambda will work, and then just do order and then like your
Order
created at task.
created at something like that.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it defaults to ascending, right?
yeah.
How long?
Just specify it. Just specify it.
How long has this been in Rails?
Since the I think so, like since the beginning. Yeah, just remove the. By the way, Gordon, just remove the stabby lambda. It's just a block actually. It's just a block, not a lambda.
Like that?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, it's not ascending though; it's descending. All right. Wait.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Just one way we'll have to do last, one way we'll have to do first.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I think it will default to descending. So.
Yeah, I guess just leave it as default and we'll adjust to it.
Okay. Then down here, I have an extra S that we don't need. That.
All right, cool.
And
that's nice.
So if there are no hangouts, this will be empty collection, and that last will return nil. So
okay.
Pretty simple.
Hangouts is an array anyway, right? So if you return a last in an empty array, you just get nil.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Do I have to save this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have to go. It's failing for the right reason.
Unfind method hangout for events. I can't really tell where my cursor is now, or if it's moving.
Yeah, wait a second. I'll put you back. Okay, there you go.
Thank you. Oh, does it go over to the?
Try pressing Control A and then K.
Control A K. That will kill the session, right?
No. That should take you to the right pane where God is running. I'm just wondering if if the Tmux shortcuts are working for you.
Control A K.
Control A and then K. Control A is a modifier.
I think Control A L will take me to the right pane, no? Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's it. So you can actually use Control A to move there and back. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know I was over on the right pane. That's.
I see. Yeah, you didn't see it.
I didn't see it move over there. So so it said undefined method hangout for event from the index page. Can we go back to the index page?
Yeah. Control O.
So let me close this.
Close all those things. Don't need them.
And we close this one too. And Control O. I think that will take a while to get back. Use Command T to find it again. So I want visitors index.
Visitor and then wait, not visitor, right? You have a different mode. Just type index first.
Okay. I can usually do like a fuzzy.
Let me find it for you. It's okay, index and now semicolon and like this. Okay.
All right, and we want line number 78.
We need the spec though. And the spec is colon A.
Colon A. Okay. On line 78 of the spec.
Mm-hmm.
Allow event. Where? Okay, I think that's what you want, right? So if I save that, it should rerun the test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. ERB event has started less than 15 minutes ago. Should have just started. Action view template, undefined method hangout for events. That one is in some partial.
Yeah, I know what the problem. Yeah, it's in the partial. It's underscore link. Yeah.
And 6.
So instead of event hangout, it should be event last hangout.
Yeah. Or
Oh yeah,
if
in
you
the next.
wanted to, we could always alias hangout as last hangout, but I think the naming would be confusing.
I don't know actually. You know, for the moment, it's only the last hangout which is needed, but in the future,
Yeah, imagine most of the time when people talk about an event hangout, they mean the last hangout, because
uh,
it used to be a case where there was
yes.
only
But then,
one.
on the other hand, you know, if we're making an index page for the, for example, all the recordings of the Scrum for this event, then we would need Hangouts as in just Hangouts, not the last one.
All right, we'll go with last hangout for now. I need to change it twice. Click click to join event last hangout URL if events. Okay, try live. Okay, last hangout. Because it could be nil, I guess.
Alive? Yeah. Oh, you mean last Hangout? Not in this
Yeah,
case.
last hangout could be nil. This is why you have the try here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does not render join live event link if Hangout is not live failed. Okay, no idea what that is.
No idea. Well, I mean here, it should be the starting out of live, which is not working in the spec.
Could be.
I was actually thinking about it that the way we're doing event, last event, and then starting out live on last Hangout might not work as we expect.
Okay, let's go look at that one. So now we have one failure. Okay. Can you open up that spec for me?
Yeah, sure.
Spec render not to have link. Click to join.
What line is that? 80.
Line 80.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it must be the live which we're setting on event last hangout.
Event last hangout to receive live and return. False. Render. So the stubbing is not working.
I think so. I think so. Well, let's try it. I mean, easy to check.
Last hangout. In this case, is there a last hangout already?
Well, yeah. because we're adding it here.
Actually, that shouldn't even matter. It would stop the method.
Returning true. It's actually returning true, but it should be returning false. So the stub is not working.
Huh.
And maybe we cannot. Oh, I see. Of course, we can't. Because we can only set a stub on an object which is being used in our code. Now we're setting. We should be setting a stub for. We should be setting a stub chain in this case.
Okay, go ahead. I don't really understand how this stubbing is working, but.
All right. You see, the thing is here. If we were, let me see. Allow event last hang. Allow event to receive. Now this is a view spec, right? Yeah, this is a view spec. So the thing is, so if when we were stubbing out method live on event, and we are passing this event object with a stub live to the view. So when the view query is live, gets our predefined return value. But when we do it like this, we actually, but the last hangout, which is called on that event, is not this last hangout.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I have an idea what you mean, but
yeah. So the thing is, we need to stub out the last hangout on event. I'm just thinking how.
Can you do like stub any instance of events?
Yeah, that's a good idea. The stub chain was only introduced in aspect 3. We're still in aspect 299, so it's better to do allow any instance, I guess. So allow any instance. All right, any instance.
You want event, I think.
Live. It is something like this. There is something like allow any instance. Let me Google it for a second.
I think you want where's my cursor? Control A H.
No, you're there.
So.
All right, it's allow. No. This is right. It's allow any instance of.
Maybe it's allow last. Allow event to receive last hangout. Return false.
What would you return?
Or return nil.
Okay.
Oh well, that's different actually. This is the last hangout, not live. So you're right.
Yeah, let's do the allow instance. I mean that should work, surely.
Or I mean, you could create a last. Hang on, people. And then make this return the last hangout.
Yeah, that's a way too.
But yeah, whichever you prefer. I'm not sure. I don't do so much testing nowadays, and playing around with stubs and mocks and stuff. So I'm out of practice.
All right. Yeah, but this would work. Except maybe instead of the stub, use the double.
Right.
Although, I mean, in this case, it doesn't matter. In this case, we could just whatever.
And put the live in quotes or something.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Uh, What's this about? No, still not working for some reason.
Do we still? Oh, we took out your print statement, right? Okay. Put that back in.
True.
I think we still need the any instance thing in there, even when we do that.
Yeah,
It's a different instance of the event than the one that we're stubbing.
yeah, that's what I have a feeling about it. So, yeah. Yeah,
That works. Seems
cool.
like you could also ask the event if the event is live instead of asking the event if its last hangout is live. You know what I mean? So you could define like a live question mark method on the event.
Yeah, that makes sense because if we're asking, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense to talk about an event that is live or not, right? And then the event can delegate that to the hangout, and
Yeah,
we don't have to know as much about the implementation of the internals of the event.
that sounds like a good idea. I mean, it is only used in one place at the moment, so maybe not so useful right now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the future, that could be a good idea. Let me just check the specs. Right, the specs are all fine. What about Cucumber? Cucumber has some failing stuff in there. Hmm. Yeah, it seems to be the same error. Okay, so let's JavaScript error. Can't find variable HOA placeholder. All right, I know what this is about. Okay, so this must be the old JavaScript, which is expecting this HOA placeholder. Now, it is failing in several places. I'm just thinking what, yeah, I think the easiest thing is just to search for it. Hey, only right, okay. All right, yeah, I know what the problem is. I can't get used to switching from snake case to camel case in JavaScript. Always this. I'll just check again. Okay, this looks a lot better. What's this? All right, let's see. Can't find variable placeholder. Probably the same, yeah, placeholder ID, and was placeholder, HOA placeholder, right.
Sorry, I was distracted for a sec. Somebody contacting me.
All right. Right, I need a placeholder. This JavaScript refactoring came from another pull request, I guess. Okay, everything's passing. So we can move on. Now, I just need to remember what I stopped at. So, updated Hangout model, changed event to have many Hangouts, event to have many Hangouts, updated GUT file, local uncommitted changes. Right, okay. So, right, okay, so what I wanted to show you about this generate ID. So basically, the problem we're having is, we're going to the projects page, and we want to start a Hangout. We're pressing the button to start a Hangout. But when we're pressing the button in Google's iframe. So we cannot catch this event of us pressing the button. So what I'm doing is, when the Hangout is started, the Hangout itself reports back to website 1 saying, hi, I'm a new Hangout with this ID number. Put me into the database. So I want every Hangout to have a unique ID. And for that, I made this Hangout. Just wanted to have a look at it and see if you have any ideas how unique can this be. So I'm making it by just concatenating user ID, project ID, and time now to integer. And that looks pretty unique to me. What do you think?
Let's see, generate Hangout ID, user project.
So why is there a project or try ID? Like, are you not sure a project will be passed? Like,
because if we're starting a Hangout from the events page, there isn't a project there. So we're just putting 2 zeros instead of the project ID.
Also, I see you don't have like user.id. I mean user.try ID instead of user.id. What if like someone is not logged in?
Pardon? Right. If somebody is logged out, he doesn't see the Hangout button.
Okay.
And the Hangout button is not being rendered at all, so we don't need an ID for it.
Then what if like two people try to create two Hangouts in parallel?
Pardon?
Like what if two people try to create two Hangouts in parallel?
Well, they will have different Hangout IDs because if they're different users, they will have different user IDs.
Okay, yeah. It might be the same person, but yeah, it doesn't really matter then. Yeah, so this is good for the time being, I should say.
Oh, I think so too.
Yeah,
Right, okay, so another issue to deal with is, now if we go to Hangouts controller, so this is the controller method for the update. So when the Hangout knocks on this controller, we're creating we're either finding if this hangout has been created, we're just looking for this hangout, or we're creating one with this unique ID that they're reporting back to us.
Okay. Is that the hangout.id or
it's the hangout? Yeah, it's the hangout ID. Yeah, that's right.
The database assigned ID, or is that an ID that comes from?
All right, I'll show you what's happening. So, for example, we go to the show page for projects. So this is the partial for rendering the Hangout button. So this is the partial there, and it renders a div, and it assigns the different variables to the div, like the topic of the Hangout, the event ID, if it exists, and the Hangout ID, which is being generated by this helper method. So when we are clicking the button, this number, well, this whole hash gets sent to the Hangouts application itself. Now, Hangout application makes a GET request to the controller with this Hangout ID in the params, and that's how we're creating.
A GET request or a PUT request?
Well, actually, what's it called?
A post?
No, the other one. Not the post.
Patch.
Patch, yeah.
A patch, right? Sorry, yeah.
Because it's the cross-origin thing. No, is it a patch? No, it's an options. It's an options actually method.
Okay, interesting. I didn't.
What looks?
That's why it does for cross.
What looks weird here is this thing, the find or create by ID. Oh, my cursor is down again. Anyway, so problem with the find or create by ID, trans ID. So if it doesn't find it, it's going to create it, and it's going to set the ID, which is the primary key of the table, right?
Yeah.
And that is going to get generated from JavaScript, and it's going to come in a callback from Google, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's say this table started out empty. You have no Hangouts, and I don't know what algorithm the JavaScript uses to generate IDs, but let's say they generate an ID of 2.
The JavaScript is not generating. It's that method which is generating. The user ID, project ID, and timestamp.
What generates the Hangout ID?
Let me open up. It's this thing here.
The Hangout ID is the same as the project ID?
No. This is the Hangout ID. So this string which is returned, this is the Hangout ID.
Okay. Let's see back here. So what I'm wondering is, like, if the table started out empty and then you got that generated a Hangout ID like 2, and you're using a database like MySQL that's going to use sequential IDs for, and then you call this again, you do Hangout.create, right? Whatever. That's going to automatically generate an ID of 1. And do it again, it's going to try to generate 2 because that's the next one in the sequence. There's already 1 and 2 in there. So I don't specify IDs like this. I let Rails, Rails at a database give me the IDs.
I see what you mean.
This feels a little bit dangerous just because of that. I'm not sure if it's a problem. It might be okay. Like the create might just skip over it and then give you the next one in the sequence, or it might blow up until you ID is already used, or weird stuff could happen.
Well, I'm pretty sure with Postgre it works because on test, when I was creating different things, it was just jumping over if it was there already. Thing is, I can perfectly see your point. It's just at the moment we're not creating any records with a Hangout manually. They're all created with their ID on hands already.
Right. what I would do in a case like this, maybe I would call it something else, Hangout UID or whatever, just for the generated code that comes in the param,
All right, I see. So
and
have
then
the ID table
and
and
then
have that
leave yeah
automatically.
leave this ID alone for Rails to manage, and use this one for associations and other stuff,
Yeah, that's a
and
good.
then
That's a good.
just add another field for it and keep them separate.
Right. Let's see. Let's change that then. I mean, that should be quite easy because this is the place we're using an ID. Um, Let me just think. Are we doing fines anywhere? Um, no, we can just change it right here because I'm not doing a find on Hangout anywhere else at the moment.
Hmm.
Do you want to change it?
It's up to you.
Yeah,
It's
please
just
change
a
it.
small concern. I don't know if it's really an issue.
No. I think I
You
was
could.
actually
Although
I
since the GUID is being passed in from by the, I mean, how are you setting the the event helper? Is it being passed in from the HTML or the Hangouts app?
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't think Postgres allows for string IDs, right? Like if you try to update a record with the string ID, I think it fails. So
Um,
uh,
well, I'm
I
not
mean.
sure, but I think it worked before.
So, if you open up the Rails console and try updating an ID, maybe like
Mhm.
Hangouts.update ID and with a string, then you'll see it probably fails or it doesn't really update it. So
Yeah,
I
you're
am
right.
not sure if that really worked. Like if that even worked.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder how it worked in tests then, because I was. Oh, I see. That's what happens because the ID which is passed it's actually numeric, but it's passed in a string. So, but params is always a string. So
Right.
when we do find by a string with just numbers in it, it converts it to an integer, I guess.
Yeah.
But this is a good point. So let's change this. So we need to make a migration, right?
Yeah.
So Rails.
Did you already commit to what we've done before? Because this is.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yes. Let's see. Shit, that's quite a lot. Right, so this was the merge conflict.
Hey guys, I have to drop off now. It's getting kind of late over here. But thanks
Thanks
for
very
the
much
talk.
for your input, Gordon. Please come in at some point soon.
Yeah, we'll do. It was
Cool,
fun.
By
cool.
the
Thanks
way,
again.
God, now you free tomorrow because I want to get some pieces finished up.
Yeah, I have some time tomorrow. Just ping me whenever you're ready to start, and I'll let you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right, cool.
Cool.
Take care.
So what did we do? Change the model. What did we change for the model? Default scope. Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's getting too late here as well, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow as well.
All
Bye.
right, see you tomorrow. Nice having you there. So yeah, nice to play again.
Bye.
All right, see you soon.